Imagine this. You wake up one morning and everything seems perfect. The sun is shining, your coffee tastes just right, and your business, it's thriving. But then out of nowhere, a new competitor pops up. Or maybe technology shifts overnight, or perhaps the economy takes a nosedive. Suddenly you're left wondering, how do I keep my business standing strong when everything around me feels like it's falling apart? Well, let me tell you something. Building an indestructible business isn't about luck. It's not even about having all the answer. It's about mindset, preparation, and action. Let's talk about mindset first, because if your thinking is off, nothing else matters. You see, most people approach their businesses with fear. They're afraid of failure, afraid of change, and frankly, afraid of success too. But here's the truth. Fear doesn't build anything. Passion does. Purpose does. So ask yourself this: why did you start your business in the first place? Was it to make money? Sure, that's part of it, but deep down there's got to be something bigger driving you. Maybe it's solving a problem, helping others, or creating something that lasts. Whatever it is, hold on to that why like it's your lifeline. Because when times get tough, and they will, that purpose will carry you through. Now let's move on to preparation. Think of your business like a house. If you want it to stand tall no matter what storms come its way, you need a solid foundation. And that foundation starts with knowing your audience inside out. Who are they? What keeps them up at night? What makes them smile? When you truly understand the people you serve, you stop guessing and start delivering exactly what they need. That connection, that trust, that's what makes your business unshakable. But understanding your audience is only half the battle. The other half is staying ahead of the game. In 2025, things are going to look different. Technology will evolve faster than ever before. Customer expectations will rise higher than ever before. And guess what? You can either resist those changes or embrace them. Be the person who learns quickly, adapts easily, and innovates constantly. Surround yourself with tools, systems, and people that push you forward instead of holding you back. Remember, standing still is the fastest way to fall behind. And then there's action, the heartbeat of every successful business. Ideas are great, plans are important, but without action, none of it means a thing. Too many people sit around waiting for the perfect moment to launch, to grow, to expand. Let me tell you something. The perfect moment doesn't exist. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Start small if you have to, but start today. Take one step, then another, and soon enough you'll look back and realize how far you've come. Here's the thing about building an indestructible business. It's not about being flawless. It's about being resilient. It's about bouncing back stronger every time life throws a curveball your way. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days you'll wonder why you even started. But each challenge you face shapes you into the leader you were meant to become. Each obstacle strengthens your business in ways you never thought possible. So as we look toward 2025, remember this. Success isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to put in the work, anyone willing to dream big, plan smart, and act boldly. Your business has the potential to thrive no matter what comes its way. All it needs is you focused, determined, and ready to give it your all. Let's talk about something that often gets overlooked: but can make all the difference in building a business that stands the test of time. Relationships. Relationships aren't just about networking. They're about creating genuine connections with people who matter to your journey. That includes your customers, your team, your mentors, and even your competitors. Yes, I said it, your competitors. Now hear me out. You don't have to love them, but you do need to respect them. They're playing the same game as you, and sometimes watching how they play can teach you valuable lessons. Instead of seeing them as threats, see them as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. But let's focus on the relationships closest to home first. Your team. If you want your business to thrive in 2025, you need more than employees. You need partners, people who believe in your vision as much as you do. When you hire someone, don't just look at their skills, look at their attitude, their energy, their willingness to go above and beyond. Skills can be taught, but passion comes from within. Surround yourself with people who bring fire to the table, and together you'll create something unstoppable. And here's the secret sauce. Treat them like family. Show appreciation when they do well. Offer support when they struggle, and always communicate openly. A happy team doesn't just work harder, they work smarter, and that reflects directly on your bottom line. Now let's circle back to your customers, because at the end of the day, they're the reason your business exists. Too many entrepreneurs fall into the trap of thinking their job ends once they've made a sale. Wrong. Your job begins when the sale happens. Why? Because every interaction after that shapes whether that customer becomes a loyal advocate for your brand or walks away disappointed. Loyal customers don't just buy once, they come back again and again. They tell their friends, leave glowing reviews, and become your best marketer. So how do you earn that loyalty? By over-delivering. Always give more than what's expected, whether it's through exceptional service, personalized experiences, or little surprises that delight them. Make sure your customers feel valued. When someone feels valued, they stick around. Speaking of value, let's dive into another critical piece of the puzzle: innovation. In 2025, standing still is not an option. The world moves fast, and if you're not innovating, you're falling behind. But innovation doesn't mean reinventing the wheel every single day. Sometimes it's about tweaking what already works. Maybe it's improving your processes to save time and money. Maybe it's upgrading your product based on customer feedback. Or maybe it's exploring new markets where your offering can shine. Whatever form it takes, innovation keeps your business fresh, relevant, and exciting. And here's the kicker: it doesn't have to cost a fortune. Some of the best ideas come from simply listening to the people around you and asking, how can we do this better? One of the biggest myths out there is that success requires massive resources. Not true. What it really requires is resourcefulness. Let me explain. Resources are finite. You only have so much money, time, and manpower. But resourcefulness, that's infinite. It's about finding creative solutions to problems, making the most of what you have, and never letting limitations stop you. For example, instead of hiring a huge marketing team, why not leverage social media platforms to reach millions for free? Instead of renting a fancy office space, why not start from home and invest those savings into tools that boost productivity? Resourcefulness isn't just a skill, it's a mindset. And once you adopt it, you'll realize that obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're stepping stones. Another key ingredient to building an indestructible business is consistency. Consistency builds trust, and trust builds loyalty. Think about the brands you admire most. Chances are they show up consistently. Their messaging is clear, their quality is reliable, and their values align with yours. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because someone decided to commit to excellence day in and day out. Consistency might sound boring compared to big, flashy strategies, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools you have. When you consistently deliver value, people know what to expect from you, and that predictability breeds confidence. Of course, none of this matters if you neglect the financial health of your business. Money isn't everything, but without it, you won't last long. Smart financial management starts with understanding your numbers. How much are you spending? How much are you earning? Where are the gaps? These aren't questions to delegate entirely to someone else. They're questions you should know the answers to yourself. Keep a close eye on cash flow, budget wisely, and always have a rainy day fund. Life throws unexpected expenses your way, and having a cushion can mean the difference between surviving and thriving during tough times. While we're on the topic of finances, let's address something that trips up a lot of entrepreneurs: pricing. Pricing your product or service too low might seem like a good way to attract customers, but it can actually hurt your business in the long run, because it sends a message that your offering isn't worth much. On the flip side, pricing too high can scare potential buyers away. Finding the sweet spot takes research, testing, and sometimes a bit of trial and error. But once you nail it, you'll strike a balance between attracting customers and maintaining profitability. Remember, people don't just pay for what you sell, they pay for the experience, the convenience, and the peace of mind you provide. Make sure your pricing reflects the full value you deliver. Now let's shift gears and talk about something that's becoming increasingly important in today's world: authenticity. Consumers are smarter than ever before. They can sniff out insincerity from miles away. If you try to fake authenticity, they'll see right through it. So don't pretend to be something you're not. Be real. Share your story, the highs, the lows, the lessons learned along the way. People connect with vulnerability. They want to know that the person behind the business is human, just like them. Authenticity builds trust, and trust turns strangers into advocates. But being authentic also means staying true to your core values. Values act as your compass, guiding you through decisions both big and small. When you're faced with a tough choice, ask yourself, does this align with my values? If the answer is no, walk away. Sticking to your principles might cost you short-term gains, but it will protect your reputation in the long run. And let's face it, a strong reputation is priceless. It opens doors, attracts opportunities, and gives you a competitive edge that no amount of advertising can buy. As we continue down this path toward 2025, let's not forget the importance of self-care. Running a business is demanding. It consumes your time, energy, and often your sanity. But here's the truth: you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're burned out, exhausted, or constantly stressed, your business will suffer. Prioritize your physical and mental health. Take breaks, exercise regularly, eat well, and get enough sleep. Sounds simple, right? Yet so many entrepreneurs overlook these basics. Don't be one of them. Treat yourself like the asset you are. After all, your business depends on you showing up at your best. And speaking of showing up, let's touch on personal development. The world is changing rapidly, and if you don't evolve with it, you risk becoming irrelevant. Commit to lifelong learning. Read books, listen to podcasts, attend webinars, and seek mentorship from those who've been where you want to go. Knowledge is power, and the more you know, the better equipped you'll be to navigate challenges and seize opportunities. Plus, continuous growth keeps you motivated and inspired. When you're growing personally, your business grows alongside you. Let's talk about failure for a moment. No one likes to fail, but the truth is, failure is inevitable. Every successful entrepreneur has stumbled along the way. The difference lies in how they respond. Do they wallow in self-pity and give up? Or do they dust themselves off, analyze what went wrong, and try again? Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Each setback teaches you something new, pushing you closer to your goals. So embrace failure, learn from it, grow because of it, and remember, the only real failure is giving up. Another aspect of building an indestructible business is mastering the art of storytelling. Humans are wired to connect through stories. Facts and figures might impress, but stories inspire. They stir emotions, spark curiosity, and leave lasting impressions. Whether you're pitching to investors, marketing to customers, or rallying your team, wrap your message in a compelling narrative. Tell them where you started, where you're headed, and why it matters. Paint a vivid picture they can see themselves in. Stories turn abstract concepts into relatable experiences, making your message unforgettable. Now let's discuss the role of technology in shaping the future of business. By 2025, technology will be more integrated into our lives than ever before. From artificial intelligence to automation, these advancements offer incredible opportunities, but they also present challenges. The key is to use technology as a tool, not a crutch. Automate repetitive tasks to free up time for creativity and strategy. Leverage data analytics to gain insights into customer behavior. Use digital platforms to expand your reach and engage with your audience. But don't lose sight of the human element. Technology should enhance your business, not replace the personal touch that sets you apart. Speaking of engagement, let's talk about community. Building a loyal following isn't just about selling products or services. It's about fostering a sense of belonging. Create spaces where your customers can connect with each other and with you. Host live events, launch online forums, or build a private membership group. Encourage discussions, share tips, and celebrate wins together. A strong community amplifies your impact, turning individual supporters into a unified force that champions your brand. And while we're on the subject of amplifying impact, let's address scalability. An indestructible business isn't static, it grows. Scalability ensures that as demand increases, your operations can keep pace without compromising quality. This might involve streamlining processes, investing in scalable tools, or expanding your team strategically. Growth brings challenges, but it also brings rewards. Plan for it early and you'll set yourself up for sustainable success. Finally, let's reflect on the power of gratitude. Gratitude might seem like a soft skill, but it packs a punch. When you express gratitude to your customers, your team, your mentors, you strengthen those relationships. Gratitude reminds people that they matter, that their contributions are noticed and appreciated. It fosters positivity, boosts morale, and creates a culture of mutual respect. And let's not forget the impact gratitude has on you. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, filling you with motivation and resilience. Now let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention in business circles: Patience. We live in a world obsessed with instant results. Everyone wants overnight success, viral fame, or quick wins. But here's the reality. Real success takes time. Building an indestructible business isn't like flipping a switch. It's more like planting a tree. You don't see the fruits immediately, but if you nurture it consistently, eventually it will bear fruit, and lots of it. Patience allows you to stay focused on the long-term vision instead of getting distracted by short-term setbacks. It gives you the strength to keep going when progress feels slow. So remind yourself every day, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is a thriving business. Another crucial element is adaptability. If there's one thing we've learned from recent years, it's that change is inevitable. Markets shift, trends evolve, and consumer preferences transform almost overnight. The businesses that survive and thrive are the ones that can pivot quickly. Being adaptable means staying flexible without losing sight of your core mission. It means being open to new ideas even if they challenge the status quo. And most importantly, it means having the courage to step out of your comfort zone when necessary. Remember, comfort zones are cozy, but growth happens outside of them. Let's dive into another critical area: customer feedback. Your customers hold the key to unlocking your business's full potential. They know what works, what doesn't, and what could be better. But too often, entrepreneurs ignore feedback because it's uncomfortable to hear criticism. Don't make that mistake. Instead, embrace feedback as a gift. Actively seek it out through surveys, reviews, or direct conversations. Listen carefully, analyze objectively, and implement changes where needed. When customers see that you value their input and act on it, they feel heard and respected. That builds loyalty and trust, two things no amount of money can buy. While we're discussing customers, let's touch on the importance of personalization. In 2025, generic marketing won't cut it anymore. People want to feel seen and understood as individuals, not just numbers on a spreadsheet. Use data wisely to tailor your messages, offers, and experiences to each customer's unique needs. For example, if someone frequently buys eco-friendly products, recommend similar items or share content about sustainability. Personalization shows that you care enough to pay attention, and that makes all the difference in building lasting relationships. Now let's shift our focus to branding. Your brand is more than just a logo or a tagline. It's the essence of who you are and what you stand for. A strong brand creates recognition, builds trust, and sets you apart from competitors. To build an indestructible brand, start by defining your unique selling proposition. What makes you different? Why should people choose you over anyone else? Once you have clarity on that, infuse it into everything you do, from your website design to your social media posts, to the way you answer emails. Consistency is key. Every interaction should reinforce your brand identity, leaving no doubt in people's minds about what you represent. But branding isn't just external, it's internal too. Your team needs to embody your brand values just as much as your marketing materials. Train them to understand and live out your mission. Encourage them to reflect your brand personality in their interactions with customers. When your team is aligned with your brand, magic happens. Customers notice the authenticity, and that strengthens your reputation. Speaking of alignment, let's talk about systems and processes. As your business grows, relying solely on improvisation becomes unsustainable. Systems ensure efficiency, consistency, and scalability. Start by mapping out your current workflows. Identify bottlenecks, redundancies, and areas for improvement. Then create clear, repeatable processes for everything from customer service to product delivery. Document these processes so anyone can follow them easily. Systems might sound boring, but they're the backbone of a well-oiled machine. And when your operations run smoothly, you free up time to focus on innovation and strategy. Of course, none of this would be possible without effective communication. Communication is the glue that holds everything together: your team, your customers, your partners, and your vision. Poor communication leads to misunderstandings, missed deadlines, and broken promises. On the other hand, clear, concise, and consistent communication fosters collaboration and trust. Whether you're sending an email, hosting a meeting, or posting on social media, always think about your audience. What do they need to know? How can you convey it in a way that resonates? Keep it simple, direct, and actionable. Let's not forget the power of storytelling in communication. Stories humanize your message, making it relatable and memorable. Share stories about your journey, your challenges, and your victories. Highlight customer success stories that showcase the impact of your product or service. Use visuals, metaphors, and emotions to bring your narrative to life. People may forget facts, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Storytelling bridges the gap between logic and emotion, turning passive listeners into active participants. Now let's address the elephant in the room: competition. No matter how unique your offering is, chances are someone else is doing something similar, and that's okay. Competition pushes us to improve, innovate, and deliver better value. Instead of fearing your competitors, study them, analyze their strengths and weaknesses, learn from their successes and failures. Then use that knowledge to differentiate yourself. Focus on what makes you special and double down on it. Compete not by copying others, but by being unapologetically you. Finally, let's circle back to purpose. Purpose is the foundation upon which everything else rests. Without a clear sense of why you're doing what you're doing, it's easy to lose direction. Revisit your purpose regularly. Ask yourself, am I still aligned with my why? Does my business reflect my value? Is the work I'm doing making a positive impact? When your purpose is clear, decision-making becomes easier. You know exactly what to prioritize and what to let go of. Purpose fuels passion, and passion drives perseverance. The kind of perseverance that keeps you moving forward, even when the road gets rocky. Building an indestructible business isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about showing up every day, putting in the effort, and refusing to give up. It's about learning, growing, and evolving alongside the world around you. It's about creating something that matters, not just for yourself, but for the people you serve. So as we wrap this up, remember this: the journey to building an indestructible business isn't about shortcuts or quick fixes. It's about consistency, resilience, and purpose. It's about showing up even when things get tough. It's about learning from failures, celebrating small wins, and staying committed to your vision. The future is yours to shape, and every step you take today brings you closer to the success you've always dreamed of. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Create. Start now. Stay focused and watch your business grow stronger, smarter, and unstoppable.